Hi, and welcome to Jamie deRoy and Friends. This week I thought we'd start off with a new Broadway production. Well, not exactly new. It's a revival of Anton Chekhov's The Cherry Orchard, brought to us by the Roundabout Theatre Company. It's directed by Simon Godwin from the National Theatre Company of London. This production of The Cherry Orchard is adapted by Stephen Karam, who gave us the Tony Award-winning play, The Humans. The show stars Diane Lane, Celia Keenan-Bolger, Joel Grey, Tavi Gevinson, John Glover, and Chuck Cooper, among others. The Cherry Orchard is playing through December 4th at Roundabout Theatre Company's American Airlines Theatre. Here are some scenes.
I'm sorry, but I have never met people like you who are so unthinking, so unbusinesslike, so crazy in my entire life. You are told in plain words, your estate will be sold, but you still aren't grasping it.
Well, what should we do? Teach us.
Yeah.
What?
I teach you every day. Every day, I tell you the same thing. It is imperative for the cherry orchard and the land to be divided up so that people can lease land for summer cottages. And it's crucial that you do it right now, immediately. You're running out of time. Is that clear enough? Once you finally agree, there will be land to lease. They will give you as much money as you like, and you will be saved.
Summer cottages all over our property. It's a bit vulgar, isn't it?
Oh my God! I agree with you.
Oh, my childhood, my innocence. I slept in this nursery. I stared out this window at the orchard. I woke up happy every morning. It looked exactly the same then. Nothing's changed. All white. Oh, my orchard. After the dark and dank autumn and cold, cold winter, I'm finally young again, full of happiness. My guardian angel hasn't abandoned me. If only I could lift this heavy stone that sits on my chest, if I could just forget the past.
And they want to sell this orchard in order to save us? Life is strange, isn't it?
And now a couple of two-handers on Broadway. If you don't know what a two-hander is, it's a play that is written for only two actors. Well, the first one is Oh Hello. It's directed by Alex Timbers, and it stars Nick Kroll and John Mulaney. They play a couple of characters who are over 70 and staunch New Yorkers with very strong opinions. Imagine that. It plays through January 8th at the Lyceum Theatre. Here is a taste of Oh Hello.
You know what an audience like is to be screamed at?
Yes, screaming is key to theater. Do you want to know why, Karen? Because I cannot afford Microsoft Word.
My baby. My chair baby. He killed him.
That is, of course, from Ionesco's Chairs. And
Manhattan Theatre Club has transferred its very successful off-Broadway production of Heisenberg, written by Tony Award winner Simon Stevens, to Broadway, and it stars Dennis Arndt and Tony and Emmy Award winner Mary Louise Parker. Heisenberg is directed by Mark Brokaw and is playing at the Samuel J. Friedman Theater.
What job do you do?
I'm an assassin. I'm not, really!
Aren't you?
No, I'm a waitress! I bet that's a rather overpowering disappointment, isn't it? Oh, Greggy, he thinks a real assassin. You don't meet an assassin every day of your life. Oh, no, she's not an assassin. She's a fucking waitress.
I didn't think that.
Yeah, you did, you lying fucker. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that to be funny.
I like waitresses.
Do you?
Some of them, not all of them. That would be absurd to make a blanket generalization like that. Some waitresses are really lovely.
I work at Otto Lengy's.
Terrific.
Do you know it?
No.
It's on Upper Street in Islington. It sells a fusion of continental, North African, and Oriental food driven by a scientific determination to pursue culinary excellence to its highest level.
Magic.
I like science.
Yeah.
So I've seen your type before.
Right.
The shy, brooding, intellectual type. You come in, you sit down, you order a croissant, you read a fucking poem or something. You're too shy to smile, you're too shy to tip, you leave, I'm right, and I've got you down to a T. Don't try and think for 1 second you have the measure of me, Mr. Man, because on the contrary, I have the measure of you.
And now a couple of solo shows. On Broadway at the John Golden Theater through January 8th is Simon McBurney's The Encounter. What's different about this is everybody is given a pair of earphones and you wear them the entire time. A little hint, at one point, just take them off for a few seconds and see what it feels like around you. You can't hear anything. It's an incredible experience. The Encounter is directed by Christy Housley and Simon McBurney.
Tonight I am going to tell you a story which is real. But what do we mean by that? All stories are real.
October 20th, 1969.
They were hurtling along over jungle treetops at 100 miles an hour in a Cessna 206 float plane. There is an intimate relationship, I believe, between empathy and proximity.
Somewhere on the eastern bank of the Javori River. I'm here because of the Mayaruna, so-called cat people.
He'd been photographing in the Amazon basin for more than 25 years, so he had his ritual.
Wonder what I'm starting by photographing these people.
Petru Popescu, the man who wrote the story about Lauren McIntyre, I recorded him in Paris.
I heard about your people. I wanted to photograph your tribe to show others that you exist.
He began to raise his camera. But this was the instant when things could go either way, towards friendliness or hostility.
Then a thought blooms in my mind and words cluster to it. You will prove that it is real. You will prove that it is real.
How could he prove that he'd been there? What was he going to give to the National Geographic? So he lay back into his unconscious.
Some of us are friends. Some of us are friends.
And now another solo show, this one off Broadway at New World Stages. And it stars Emmy Award winner Monica Piper. It's called Not That Jewish. It is so funny. Not That Jewish is directed by Mark Waldrop, who has won Drama Desk and Outer Critics Circle and has given us such great off-Broadway hits as When Pigs Fly. Here is a look at Not That Jewish.
I was sipping a martini with my father. Once again, I was drawn to a voice at another table, and once again, with the turn of a head, my world would change. There was Mickey Mantle having drinks with his sons. I had to tell him what he meant to me as a child. I just had to. I was 40 in a sexy black sheath. I hope you don't mind, but I just had to tell you that you were my hero. He offered a still boyish smile. I told him about my scrapbook and the clump of grass, and his eyes landed on my chest. Well, thank you, he said, and introduced me to his sons. You know, you look familiar. Do I know you? Oh, I don't think so. I'm a comedian. That's it. I saw you. I saw you on TV on that show at the Improv. You're funny. Oh, thank you. Eyes on my chest. You know, you're cuter in person, you petite little thing, you. Oh my God, is Mickey Mantle hitting on me? No, that's crazy, right? Then, would you like to stay and have drinks? I don't always meet someone funny and sexy. I told him I'd be right back. Dad, he wants me to stay and have drinks with him. I think he wants to sleep with me. Dad, I could sleep with Mickey Mantle! We both looked over at Mickey. Aw, kid, if I could, I'd sleep with Mickey.
And continuing off Broadway, this time down at the Cherry Lane Theater. This happens to be the 100th year of Horton Foote. So Primary Stages is presenting The Roads to Home. It stars Tony Award winner Harriet Harris, Horton Foote's daughter Hallie Foote, Rebecca Brookshire, Devin Abner, and Dan Bittner. The Roads to Home has been extended through November 27th. Here is a look at this terrific play.
Hello, Rachel. This is Mabel Votar, your old friend from Harrison. Ever since I saw you the other day in Mines, I've been meaning to call you. You what? Oh, I'm so sorry. I woke her up out of a sound sleep, she said. She sleeps and you don't, the sneaky thing.
What's she sound like?
Just ordinary.
Is she from a nice family?
Nice enough. I've certainly never heard of any of them behaving like this before.
Is she older or younger than me?
Younger.
How much?
I'd say 3 years.
I'm gonna call her up.
What are you gonna say to her?
I'm gonna tell her flat out in no uncertain terms to leave my husband alone. What's the number?
Jackson, 2046.
Jackson 2046. The line is busy. I better know who she's talking to.
Who?
Eddie. Wayside 3658. I knew it! Our line is busy too.
Well, how do you know when he's talking to her?
I just knew it. He never talks on the phone.
But he called you in Monroe, you say.
Once in 6 weeks. Excuse me.
One of my favorite off-Broadway theaters is the Irish Rep, and they are bringing back Finians Rainbow. This play was presented first in 1947. Well, 12 years ago, Melissa Errico did it at Irish Rep, and she is going to be doing it again in the very same role, which says a lot for Melissa Errico. It is such a delight. Finians Rainbow is adapted and directed by Charlotte Moore, with a beautiful score by Burton Lane and Yip Harburg. Melissa sang one of the songs from Finians on one of my shows at Jamie deRoy and Friends. So here is a little preview of what we might see on stage.
I hear a bird, a glockamora bird. It well may be it's bringing me a cheering word. I hear a breeze, a river shining breeze. It well may be it's followed me across the seas. Then tell me please, how are things in Glockamora? Is that little brook still leaping there? Does it still run down to Donny Cove, through Killybegs, Kilkerry and Kildare? How are things in Glockamora? Is that willow tree still weeping there? Does that laddie with the twinkling eye come whistling by? And does he walk away sad and dreamy there, not to see me there? So I ask each weeping willow and each brook along the way,
this fine day.
Now it's time for our Cabaret Roundup. This week, let's start at the Cafe Carlisle, where Anna Gasteyer continues her run through November 5th. Judy Collins plays from November 10th through the 19th. At Bemelman's Bar at the Carlisle Hotel, they have nightly music and some very special nights with Champion Fulton on November 6th and 13th, and again on Christmas night. The Metropolitan Room is constantly presenting fabulous entertainment. Among them will be Bistro Award winner Aaron Morishita. He plays there on November 4th, presenting his show, Aaron Morishita Sings Sondheim. It also celebrates a new CD release for him. On Monday, November 7th, which just happens to be my birthday, there will be a special benefit over at the Metropolitan Room. It's Hidden Treasures 5. It's the songs of Larry Kirshner. They have many wonderful guests, but a very special component of the evening is that Sidney Meyer will be getting a special Lifetime Achievement Award. Later that same evening at the Metropolitan Room, Frenchie Davis will be bringing her new show. On Sunday, November 20th, the king of the voiceovers, Joe Cirola, will be bringing a very special show to the club at 1 o'clock in the afternoon over at Feinsteins 54 Below. A few of the incredible shows that they will be presenting, and remember, they present 7 nights a week, sometimes 2 and 3 shows a night, so you're never at a loss. One that I have a particularly fondness for is Jared Spector. He's there from the 1st to the 5th and again on November 13th. On November 7th and 14th, James Monroe Englehart, the Tony Award winner from Aladdin, will be bringing his show to Feinsteins 54 Below. On November 11th and 12th at Feinsteins 54 Below is Frank Wildhorn and Friends. He has a few guests, and you're bound to hear some hits from his shows, Jekyll and Hyde, The Scarlet Pimpernel. He's such a great writer. Andrea Marcovici brings her show to Feinsteins 54 Below. On November 20th, she'll be playing the Raz Room at the Prince in Philadelphia, another new outlet. November 27th through the 30th, the beautiful and multi-talented Laura Osnes will be bringing her show to the club. You've seen her in Grease, Anything Goes, and Cinderella. Don't miss this show. At Birdland, you're never at a loss for great entertainment, and from November 1st through the 5th, you're going to get Ann Hampton Callaway, who is the champion of the Great American Songbook and an incredible performer. The Broadway at Birdland series continues on November 7th with internet sensation Randy Rainbow. If you haven't seen any of his YouTube videos, go and Google it. They are hysterical. The Broadway at Birdland series continues on November 21st, this time with Steve Ross. He's a mainstay in the cabaret field. He's been a guest on Jamie deRoy and Friends. Here's a little of Steve Ross.
1950, a song sung by Graham Payne in Waiting in the Wings, Noah Coward. Come the wild, wild weather, come the wind, come the rain, come the little white flakes of snow, come the joy, come the pain. We shall still be together when our life story ends, for wherever we chance to go, we may always be friends. We may find as we're traveling through the years, moments of love and joy and happiness, reason for grief, reason for tears. Come the wild, wild weather, and we've lost or we've won, we'll remember these words we say till our story is done. Time may hold in store for us glory or defeat, maybe never more for us life will seem so sweet. Time will change so many things, tides will ebb and flow, but wherever fate may lead us, always we shall know. Come the wild, wild weather, come the wind, come the rain, come the little white flakes of snow. snow, come the joy, come the pain. We shall still be together when our life story ends. For wherever we chance to go, we shall always be friends. We may find as we're traveling through the years moments of love and joy and happiness, reason for grief, reason for tears. Come the wild, wild weather, if we've lost or we've won, we'll remember these words we say when our story is done. We'll remember these words we say when our story is over and done. When our story is over and done.
We've lost a great comic, and far too soon. Kevin Meaney died at 60. He has appeared on so many television shows. It started with his HBO special and went to like a dozen Johnny Carson shows, Letterman, Conan O'Brien. He's been on a million shows. He starred in Uncle Buck. He starred on Broadway in Hairspray. He's been a guest of Jamie deRoy and Friends many, many, many times, and we are so, so sad to hear of this very, very sad and devastating news. But we did want to celebrate his life and his talent because he was the best. So here is Kevin from a past Jamie deRoy and Friends doing his signature piece, We Are the World. Rest in peace, Kevin. The Roundabout Theater Company presents Irving Berlin's Holiday Inn. It has opened at Studio 54 to rave reviews. The book is by Gordon Greenberg and Chad Hodge, and it's directed by Gordon Greenberg, choreographed by Dennis Jones. The cast includes Bryce Pinkham, Laura Lee Gare, Megan Lawrence, Megan Sikora, Corbin Blue, and Lee Wilkoff. It's playing through January 15th. Here are some scenes from Holiday Inn.
appreciate a lucky break. Oh,